Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today we are playing Historic Brawl again because it's the second day of my vacation. It's CGB's vacation from having to play Standard every day. That will end when new Standard cards come out, but for now, Historic Brawl. And I've got one of the new Alchemy commanders that I'm ready to show you. For those of you who don't like Paradox engines or counter spells on either side of the board, this is an excellent commander for you. This is Raddic, Tal Zealot. When Raddic is a 4/4 human knight, legendary. It's like knight, you know, synergy, knight theme stuff. It's a lot better than that. It's not your typical, you would say, tribal commander. So it has hexproof from white and hexproof from black right there. What kills this? You can counter it, maybe. And then it says whenever one or more knights you control attack, draft a card from the spellbook. Well, when you look at the spellbook, it's a bunch of knights, but they don't suck. It's a bunch of the better knights that are in the format. And most people immediately have seen this card and made a deck full of, you guessed it, knights. And this is kind of a covert go blue tribal deck in a way, whereas most people just throw like 40 knights in their deck along with some spells and call it a day. I didn't go down to like 10 knights, which is CGB tribal. I'm running 21 knights and some shapeshifters, which is, you know, respectable. It's still very much a tribal theme deck, but I've limited it to the very best ones. And I'm also not overdoing it on the knights that you can get with the spellbook. You might have seen that in the spellbook, we've got cards like Cavalier Dawn, Benalish Marshal, Cavalier of Night, and a lot of people run those in the main deck too. Valiant Knight. The idea thinking here is that we can grab those more expensive clunky knights when they are good and just play really good low curve deck in the meantime, because the aggro of this deck is very hard to interact with. We run a ton of disruption. We don't just run knight creatures, we run other creatures that disrupt our opponent badly, whether it's protection in the form of Selfless Savior or ways to attack their hand or make their stuff enter the battlefield tapped. Tollkeeper is a knight that does very well at this, but we're also running cards like Silverquill Silencer to name the opponent's commander, Peacekeeper to name the opponent's commander, Elite Spellbinder to get in their hand. Basically, we fight annoying decks by being an annoying deck, and this deck has done very well against blue decks, but the reason I say it's a good deck for people who don't like to play against blue decks isn't because you beat them that much. You know, your record's reasonable. It's because you don't play them that much. This deck, probably because of the way most people build it, is I would call a C tier commander, or gold, you know, if we're going by the typical mythic ladder scale. This is usually playing in gold, but you get paired up sometimes. You play against B rank commanders. Sometimes you play against the occasional A rank commander, but you get paired down too. In general, the competition level that this commander gets queued against is very low compared to most commanders. And that means you play a lot of non-blue decks because most of the blue decks are higher ranked, just the way it is. It also means that this deck is like a cheat code, quite honestly, for getting your dailies, because you just slice and dice through what would kind of be lighter competition than this commander really deserves very easily with this deck. I think I crush my dailies in about like 40 minutes, something like that. Very fast. Get to 15 wins. And that's one of the cheat codes of Historic Brawl too, if you haven't played it much. So yeah, this is a value-based commander that also protects itself, and if nobody's prepared for this, and if they're not prepared for it, you end up slicing and dicing right through them. So make sure that you check out these games. They're good ones. Let's dive in. Let the CGB night nonsense begin. All right, playing against Melody Titania. Our hand is very sweet. Turn 1 Savior, turn 2 Drum Paragon, turn 3 Commander, keep. But it is on the draw, and on the draw doesn't always work out. Opponent slow clicking through the turn here. Interesting. Gonna play the Springleaf Drum. We're gonna show why this card makes the cut in the deck, because we have cheap creatures and a 4-mana commander. We're going to ramp out the Paragon by using the Selfless Savior for mana, and then we're gonna ramp out our commander by using it for mana again next turn and being ahead of schedule. Our opponent decides they're going to send their commander out to play. Titania, 3/4 reach, gain life when land hit graveyard from somewhere. I don't know. It's a card. Let's play the Mutavault. Let's go here. Drop the Raddic. Attack with the Paragon. And I'll take another Paragon. Might set our opponent up for pain. So they block. We'll go ahead and use the Savior to protect, because I don't think we'll need it to protect Raddic. We'll see. I mean, if they bust out, they don't really have like a Blizzard Brawl, maybe a fight spell or something. I might regret that. Shifting Ceratops. Okay. We fighting with creatures. The thing about Raddic and the Knights, though, is you usually just attack in anyway. You can draft so many Knights that help you on the attack. In this case, we have this Death Touch one, so I think I'm just going to attack with the Paragon. We'll see what the blocks are. Yeah, let's just run Paragons into Paragons. Although, okay, we're also going to play Peacekeeper this turn. What you gonna do, opponent? Refuse to engage? All right, they engaged. Death Touch, Lifelink. I forgot how good Blacklance Paragon can be. Just makes combat so hard. All right, I've got this 4/4. Let's just go blue for reasons. Drop a Peacekeeper. They left Titania in the graveyard, so they can use the Masked Vandal, I guess. They're trying to get to Vorinclex. That's interesting. I think I'll just make the Masked Vandal cost more. If they want to spend their turn on Harmonize, that's fine. If they but now that Masked Vandal costs 4, they have to spend their whole turn on it. So if they draw another 2 or 3 mana card, they can't play it on the same turn. They definitely have to play the Vandal because they left Titania in the yard. Ceratops, you wanna rumble? No? You're good? Okay. It's a good card. Does kill our Anointed Peacekeeper though. Let's have another black source ready. Send in the Paragon. Let's do this again. So History of Benalia, that's a pretty good one. Got blocks. All right, we don't need to play this Paragon to trade. Have you checked your history, opponent? Raddic just grinding value. We do have to find a Murderous Rider for that Vorinclex. Inscription, that's a fight, right? It is. What if you fought a Death Toucher? Oops. Awesome. Oh my goodness. I'm a bad man. All right. Yeah, I could attack with the Mutavault. Let's not though. I think we'll just try to pick a pretty strong knight. Take the Contenda. I could take the Marshal, but it uses all my white mana, and I want to curse this Vorinclex. Hey, Bodyguard. All right, could have attacked with Mutavault, but you never know what you're going to draft. If they had played a Castle Garenbrig there, they might have been able to slam Vorinclex, and we don't have an answer for it right now. Cultivator Colossus. Roar. How many lands you got? One. One and done. Good news, they didn't draw a million cards. Bad news, these are all spells. I think the squad, though, wants to rumble. I should have activated the Mutavault. Yeah, they're dead. Okay, well, that worked out very well. A very popular new commander over there, Gix, Yawgmoth Praetor. This hand is no knights, no creatures, but our commander has protection from their deck, basically. Hexproof from their deck. Curse puts off Gix, and then we have lots of good removal. I'm going to keep it. And yeah, okay, this is the Shadowborn Apostle version. Springleaf Drum, not a good draw here. So I'm going to curse Shadowborn Apostles. Shadowborn Apostle, if you have enough of them, does some really frustrating things. They search their library for a demon, 6 of them, and put them on the battlefield. Very good with Gix, as you can just spam them out there and charge in. Our opponent with a Font of Agonies. When you pay life, you may put blood counters. Remove 4 blood counters, destroy target creature. It's pretty good in Gix if you're hitting. Pretty bad if you're not. So we know they're going to play Gix. We're going to hold up removal in a lot of ways. I think I'll just hold up the swords. Get the Springleaf Drum down in case we draw a creature next turn. Yep. And nope. So now we just focus on removing Gix, and with all their apostles costing 3, they're absolutely destroyed. Oh, you love to see it. I love dunking on those. You can have as many of these as you want in your deck. Go ahead. Bring your rats and bring your advisors and bring your apostles. I will curse them. Phyrexia's power continues to grow as it prepares to take over the multiverse and make everything one. All pre-orders for Phyrexia All Will Be One products will sweeten the deal with an all-new exclusive CGB Dragon token. Every single sealed product, commander deck, bundle, everything that's coming with the new set gets upgraded with a CGB token for free. Get your pre-orders in and become complete with Phyrexia All Will Be One. CoolStuffInc.com, cool stuff in stock. Ooh, interesting hand, but no white mana. It's too bad. If I knew I would draw plains, I think I would keep it for sure. All right, this has our colors and some early knights, so it's on. So this enters tapped. We could draw into a plains or swamp to fix that. We have a lot of hand hate. I think we want to start hating the hand immediately. So let's go with an Inquisition. And we've got Timuret, Rebirth, Silver Smoke Ghoul, Walk the Plank. Let's go with the Chosen from Death. Yeah, if we go after the creatures, take them off curve, that would be nice. Vito. Patient 0. That's a pretty good draw for them. A lifelinking vampire that says damage isn't removed from creatures during the cleanup step. Hey, we drew the swamp. So we can duress the Walk the Plank, which goes after the Corpse Knight probably. Or we could play the Corpse Knight and hope to trade. I guess that's a little too optimistic. Let's go ahead and just take the Walk the Plank from them. Changeling Outcast, unblockable but can't block, also a knight. I feel like I have to explain more cards than usual because 1, C tier, we see cards we don't usually see, and 2, I'm playing cards I don't usually play. Alright, Vito is here, Patient 0 is here. We know about the Silver Smoke Ghoul, so we could name that with the curse. But if we do that, we can't play the Corpse Knight. I think I'm going to try to find removal for Vito so I can then name Vito. Let's start getting Snowlands down to possibly activate a Haven. Alright, they're still attacking with Patient 0. I'm jumping in front, I think. They have Malachor Rebirth, that's right. Nope. We don't need to be giving that away, even though we're losing a lot. Raddic has protection from most of their deck, so I think we'll be okay once Raddic hits the battlefield. And we draw Snow-Covered Plains, and here we go. So, We've got a Cavalier of Dawn we can't cast, a History of Benalia, and Blacklance Paragon. We're in a racing situation, so I really like the Paragon. Now remember, damage isn't removed from creatures during the cleanup step as long as they control patient 0. So if we block, there will still be 3 damage on Raddic in the future. It's hexproof, not protection. And that is a little bit of a problem. So they're going to sacrifice their ghoul to draw a card. Whenever they gain life, it comes back. So I assume they're also going to attack with the patient. Nope. It would just be running into Raddic anyway. All right, get the Haven down. Coalition Construct, one of the better alchemy cards for tribal synergy. So we'll name Knight, of course, and it gives a perpetual bonus to everything, both on the battlefield and I believe in hand. Yep. Perpetual bonus means it stays there even if the construct dies. How defensive do we play this? Not very. Let's get him. Let's show Vito what's up. Yeah, they keep trying to kill this, but they can't. Hexproof from black is a problem. Ooh, student cost. Okay, I'll take the card. And we've got another uncastable Cavalier of Dawn. The Circle of Loyalty is looking pretty good, though. I think, though, I'll just take the Valiant Knight. Let's smash some face. All right, no blocks. We're just going to flash in the Paragon for the lifelink, since they can't interact with Raddic. It's a frustrating card to have to deal with, and the opponent send in the GGs. They've got Exquisite Blood. Oh, wait, is that just game? They combo me? They combo me? Oh, they don't have to deal with Raddic if they're just going to infinite combo me. I got cheeseballed. I got cheeseballed out of the game. Did I have any decisions I could have made that would have changed that? I have no removal spells. I didn't draw a single one. And I didn't get an option to take a Murderous Rider, so I had no way to get anything off the field. So yeah, that didn't matter. Hexproof isn't protection, so having the Raddic back wouldn't have changed it either. Just got completely cheesed. On the draw against Rusko, the newest and greatest hotness. Free mulligan because we had no white mana. This is better. You can keep this. Are we leading on the Mind Spike? Very important for Rusko to have the turn 2 ramp card. So I think we lead on the Mind Spike. And we get their Signet. Slow down, buddy. You're broken enough without it. All right. I think we play the Mimic. Orc. Yeah, right. There's the Orc. I was like, where'd that come from? We got the Tollkeeper, an Orc Knight. Okay, we do draw the Swamp, and they are sitting on 3 mana. They probably have a lot of ways to flicker and blink the Rusko. If they're not doing much, it's probably a very Rusko-centered hand. And have a look at it, though. Let's attack first. No action. All right, go for Paladin. One of the better cards in the deck. Easy resolve. Go for Tollkeeper. Let's have a look at this hand. Maybe make something enter tapped. Hullbreaker Horror, Ulamog. What kind of a deck is this? Anyway, now your Karn's Bastion is tapped. If they don't draw an untapped land here, we put off their Rusko again. And we just kind of annoy... We're just kind of bullying them. We're annoying them out of the game. Yes! Okay, then. So let's look at this again. They reveal a creature and land card. So they might have a sweeper we didn't see, but we're confident they don't have another land, or they would have played it and played Rusko. So I think we just move in, to be honest. Forget value, hit them as hard as we can. No. That's reckless, right? We should probably just play this Samurai for protection if they do have something like that, and this Venerable Knight. And finally, the clocks are being made. But will it be too late? No land. I mean, I can't believe they have Ulamog in that deck. They're like, well, if I make enough clocks, you just cast Ulamog. Let's see if they punish me with that. A Smitten Swordmaster would go a long way to just ending this game. Let's go for it. Do they have Wash Away? No? Okay. Everybody, show them what's up. There's the Swordmaster. Now, it's a sorcery, so we gotta wait till this combat is over. It is a common one to hit in the spellbook after all. Block the Samurai, good. Leave all the knights on the board, I like it. Opponent falls to 4. And they get out of this. Dead. Oh, man. Take their mana rock, make their 4th land enter tapped, and then clown them out with a Swordmaster. That feels really good. I'm sure you Rusko haters out there are dancing. You should be doing some kind of a clock breaking dance. We're up against Kodama of the West Tree, modified creature ramp. Our opponent's name is Big Man. There's only one Big Man in the history of the world. He was a member of the E Street Band. He's not alive anymore. You are not him. Let's put him in it. Let's put Big Man in his place. Pretty good start. We need a turn 3 play. If we find a 3-drop, we're rolling. Big Man, sure. Sure you are. On the play, a hand with no black mana against Cormela, Glamour Thief. A Grixis commander who's been rising in popularity. Makes mana for instants and sorceries. Instant sorcery Grixis. I'll take a mulligan because I need my mana right, and this is a keeper. Going to lead on the Outcast just because if they have a turn 1 removal spell and they fire it off on the Outcast, then our Savior's around to protect Adeline. Woof woof. And show the kids how it's done. You pass nice and quickly when you have a Selfless Savior on the board. In fact, I'm going to get my spacebar thumb ready so I can just pass priority really freaking fast. So I'm not holding it the whole frickin' turn. See that? See that, kids? That's how it's done. Oh yeah, they're under pressure. Do. They have the mana for the Glamour Thief? Nope, they've got a Scry. Tap lands get you, man. See ya. Not the best indeed. There's somebody who I wish didn't have to live up to their name. I don't know what's going on today, but our opponent, like, they all have the most easily, like, contentable names. We're up against easy target running the Gitrog monster, and this is a keep. A little nervous, to be honest, that we won't get our mana right for either the Tactician or the Rider, since we have to go white, black, colorless. But as long as we get a 4th land of any kind for Raddic, I think we'll be fine. Metallic Mimic, wonderful. It's possible that the right play there was to play the Portal now, even though it cost me a life, so that, like, whether I draw plains or a mountain, I can have one of these next turn. As it is, I have neither. Or, I said mountain. Somebody check on CGB. Is he okay? All right, we got the plains. So that's a swamp. So we have the Tactician. We have the Samurai. I guess we'll play the Samurai. And this says, whenever a warrior or samurai attacks alone, of which these are not those things. So, get them. Gonna need another black. We're gonna have to kill that frog. Poggy Froggy is not to be messed with. Looks like opponent's gonna pass turn with 4. All right, commander. Boom. Everybody into the red zone. See if they have some kind of a surprise for me. Guardian of Faith. Don't think they'll be low enough to make the Valiant Knight the killer we need it to be. We've got to get through or around the frog. The tactician can tap it. Maybe I do take Valiant Knight. Yeah, it might be necessary for the final push, like 2 or 3 turns from now. Probably not next turn, but soon. Oh, you know they don't want to use that here. They want to save it for the frog. But they're using it. Probably means they don't have another land, which means their frog doesn't ramp them. So they're going to go with Dig Up, which is probably going to get a board wipe. Shadow's Verdict, not that good. Blood on the Snow, maybe, but they're missing their land drop, I think. Or they wouldn't play that passage. So what is it? Languish? Doesn't kill Raddic. Maybe we do play Valiant Knight then. Over the top. Get this damage while we can. Could have also gone for Guardian of Faith. None of this is quite the damage I'm looking for, so I'm just going to take the cheap one. And they scoop. Okay, so I think that they got Languish. Something, yeah. And then this knight just put it out of range. On the draw, up against Vanish, playing Vraska Golgari Queen. Very hard deck to beat on the play because, or on the draw, because when they're on the play, they usually just blow up your mana rocks, but we're not a mana rock deck. They'll probably still kill one of our better creatures. We've got Forsworn Paladin. This hand could be very good if the Paladin lives. Usually the pattern is you just play the Paladin, then you make the treasure, then you play your commander and attack with the Paladin, and you're already triggering on turn 3 after ramping. Okay, Chromatic Star on the battlefield. Huh. We might draw the Snarl, so I try to hold this till the last moment. We could kill the Elf to keep the Vraska from coming out. It's kind of a tough game to play, though. Yeah, I think what I want to do is just get my commander down, so that's what I'll do. Vanishing Verse, not very helpful against Vraska. Ooh, they plus? Okay. Interesting. Hopefully we can get a Murderous Rider and just start killing this thing. Yeah, I guess they get 2 cards for it, so we... Murderous Rider. It's a rare one, but you hit it, you know, about 1 out of 3. I usually have the option of grabbing a rider. Now let's see if they have any removal that can hit Raddic. Sacrifice based. Hexproof from Black. It's a... Hexproof from Black is a tough one, guys. It's a tough one. Nobody's ready. All right, we are on the draw. We're against Isshin. 2 heavens as 1. Double attack triggers, and this is a very keepable hand. So let's get right to it with a Selfless Savior. No plays from opponent. Give him the business. Woof. Pass turn. See if they kill the Savior. Nope. Savior lives. How about Isshin? Nope, it's Nadaar, the Selfless Paladin. A little venture action. Very good with Isshin to get that double venture. I found the venture good enough in this deck that I run Nadaar. Anyway, Paragon. And now we can go Construct or History of Benalia. I think we want to go Benalia. Start getting the creatures down. And then the Construct will make the 2 knights bigger. This Paragon is going to hang out because I might trade it with that Nadaar. Double attack triggers can stack up really quick with Isshin. Here comes the commander. So, where's my removal? So this is probably a Scry and a treasure. Oh, the Mad Mage. How much venture is in this? Could the whole deck be venture themed? Because I plan to kill this thing. Yeah, I don't expect to give you any more. All right. Treasure. I guess it's the same. I mean, this was going to be scry 1, make a treasure as well, right? In the Lost Mine of Phandelver. Oh, they got a trick? What's your trick? What's your trick? Erebos' intervention. No, my puppet can't save you. That's mean. All right, so they did save it for more triggers. Crafty. Well, I could play Raddic, but I think what I want to do is increase my army. So I'm going to play this. I'm going to play this. Nope, not what I meant to play. Thank you, Mana Confluence. Meant to play this. Mana Confluence there keeping me from making a very embarrassing play. All right, we got some Death Touch, and our Knights are going to be massive when they attack next turn. Lurrus and Selfless Savior can be an awesome value engine if the game goes long, but I'm hoping we don't need it to. Archon of Emeria, we can only cast 1 spell a turn. Card I thought about putting in this deck, so it's not going to hurt me too badly. And they're going in for their double triggers. In the Lost Mine, what is that? Treasure and Scry? Okay. And then exile the top 2. You may play them this turn, huh? Well, they already played Archon, so that's not good. They're going to make the skeletons, I'm guessing. There they are. Raw. Die. That's enough venturing. Maul. Very good card. All right, let's bring out the commander. Let's give them the business with our vigilant army here. The Marshal? We can play that Marshal. We also have Swordmaster. With the Archon on the field, as long as the Archon's on the field, we really want to pick cards that are all the bang that we can get for the buck, right? None of these are instants. I'm going to take the Marshal. Skeletons get in the way. I guess I'll name white again because of the Marshal in case I have some white instant I want to play. Oh, this is good. If we can get rid of the Archon, this is a good double spell. Yeah, we'll keep it. It's the right mana cost. So if we get like a Murderous Rider or whatever, you know, something that we can play on our turn than their turn with the Archon on the field. Fable. Scourge of Standard. Archon getting busy. So there's a 3/4 on the battlefield. And there's 3 mana open for potential removal. Let's play the Marshal. We're not afraid of removal as long as we have the Savior. And this lets our 4/4 Knights crash in. I think we'll save Raddic though. We want to be able to protect either of these with the Savior. If they double block the Raddic and we sack the Savior, then they can respond with removal. Just attack with what we're happy to trade. Yeah, there's Hero's Downfall on the Marshal. Let's protect it. There's a Murderous Rider. Something to do at instant speed. In a world of Arcane Emeria. Also, if we ever get rid of the Archon, we have Lurrus Savior. What the heck? Huh. That's an attack trigger. Opponent passes turn doing nothing. Kind of weird. Well, if I play this, then I know what their play is going to be, but it's my only play this turn. But it'll keep us from walking into a trap. Hellish Norn. Yeah, that enters tapped. Okay. Go get him. We send the 5/5 now? No. Guardian of Faith. Another good one. Can we get a block out of that Archon, please? I have spells I want to cast. There you go. Deadly Dispute. Okay. Well, it gone. But I don't need to cast these now anyway. They're going to cast Elesh Norn. That's their big plan. But against Elesh Norn, we can just kill it. We only lose the Tollkeeper. Here comes a tapped Norn. So let's let them attack and then kill Norn and blow up all of their beautiful plans. Get our blocks first. Kill her. Get her off the board. All right, they feed the swarm on the Marshal. That's going to drop them all the way to 7. Go for the throat, your Ishin. Somebody grab this Maul. Who wants it? You've got your hand up. That should do it. We were able to stay on the aggressive for most of the game. The opponent just couldn't slow it down. Wow, the construct combined with the History of Benalia, that was a lot of damage. We're up against some kind of an alchemy card. Specializes. Cards in hand perpetually get something. Double strike when it is dealt damage, Boros Reckoner type stuff. It deals that much to any target. Okay. This hand is too slow, I think. So let's take our mulligan. And sure, we've got to draw land. If we don't, it's going to be bad. But we have Crippling Fear. Crippling Fear might be good against this deck. Depends how good that perpetual +1/+1 is. Tollkeeper. Robber of the Rich. Okay, look at all these little monsters. Crippling Fear is going to have to be good against this. I say we make their haste creature enter tapped. This is a pretty busted commander when it's oops all cheap creatures, huh? That's clearly the strategy of their deck. So we need to find another black. If we do that, we'll probably be fine. Was this hit? Non-creature, non-land. Well, that was nothing last turn, so this could draw us a card, which might be exactly what we need. Otherwise, we could play the Swordmaster. Let's play the Swordmaster. Let's not go digging for land, throwing away a Mind Spike and paying 2 life. Pressure them? Pressure them. They're not going to want to attack into this, right? They take the block. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Here's Rahilda. That one will be a pain. We draw the drum. I can solve our mana issues. We get Dauntless Bodyguard. I think we have to let Rahilda hit us this time. We'll see if they get something good to steal. I don't have good cards in my deck, so it's fine. All right. Also, naming Knight with this won't kill the Paladin, so that's a problem. But they can't really use it. It's just a 1/1 menace for them. Play them out, play them out. They've got a few more creatures to go here. Let's see if we can keep drawing them in. Let's draft. This looks like it's going to be a battle of attrition to some extent. Let's get the Reaper. Could be really good. And make a white right here and play this Indestructible on our commander so it can get into combat no fear. And speaking of fear, we're working on it. I want to get more of this stuff. All right, that's another perpetual boost for the Sentinel, so that's too big for fear. That's kind of a problem. But the opponent's not attacking. Foulmire Knight. All right, Reaper. Who goes in? The only good attack is you, so let's do it. Cavalier of Night. In theory, I have the black mana for this. Paragon I could play this turn, but I was planning on doing Go for the Throat. I mean, let's grind, right? Let's go. All right, they take it. So we could Mind Spike them, but I think keeping Go for the Throat up is just better. But what am I going for the Throat? I have plenty of blockers. All right, I spike you. Nice choice. Best choice. Awesome. Cast our little 1/1 death touch here. Absolutely amazing. Maybe the only card that we could hit in their deck from the way this is going. All right, Ominous Traveler. Into the Spellbook. That's a 3/3 Ominous Traveler. Holy cow. Headless Rider. Okay, get the Traveler back. Like I said, grindy matchup. Never mind. They didn't even stick around to see the Crippling Fear. They just ran away. I guess they didn't want to grind. On the draw, we have an interesting hand. Humiliation isn't good against Chandra. Neither is Heartless Act. We only have 2 lands. Oathsworn Knight is okay. But I'm not sure we're going to get there on mana, so I'm going to mulligan. It would also be nice to have something more disruptive, and there's Dark Ritual, and we did it. Congratulations, everybody. Give yourself a round of applause. Here's the Bodyguard. We'll see if the opponent's able to kill it to keep our turn 2 commander from taking over the game. Also, if they have a mana rock here, I guess they might just be able to Chandra. Okay. So they're not going to be able to Chandra, so yeah, we go for it. When they do Chandra, we're in trouble. So we do have to find a way to protect this. All right, past turn, Fateful Absence. Doesn't protect our commander, though. Cavalier of Night doesn't do it. Maybe the Benalish Marshal would have if we'd played it. Yeah, I probably should have kept... I shouldn't have played the Swamp because the Benalish Marshal would have gotten me out of range of Chandra. Rough. So what are we going to do after Chandra kills my commander? What are we going to do this turn? Probably going to play the Oathsworn Knight. I guess I'll just take the largest, most in-chargest creature. If my opponent points a burn spell at the Raddic here to try to kill it, that would be really good for me. Because, okay, so they go Dragon's Fire. We respond with take out your Soulscar Mage. And now they wasted their Dragon's Fire and lose their Soulscar Mage. But if they have Chandra here, they're fine.
You want to play with fire, huh? Burn!
All right, Oathsworn. Hopefully attack down this Chandra. They're going to make a lot of mana. They're going to play Ugin. Okay, well, I guess we lose. It was fun for a second there, and then it all went to hell.
My plans do not include you. I can create or destroy.
What a god draw on the play. We even screwed them up for a second. All right. Cavalier. At least this gets a presence down, and even if they kill it, we get something back. But we do need a way to get around that 2/2. Top card is a mountain. Good. First thing that's gone right for us. Phoenix, another blocker. Weird card to put in this deck, to be honest. Played this as a land? Also weird. Okay, our opponent thinks they're an aggro mage. All right. I guess that gives us hope, right? But there's still no way around this 2/2. We just didn't get there. If we play this, then the opponent can kill it with Chandra. So we don't want to play it until we have Savior to protect it. You can also get a Bodyguard. Let's attack. Actually, they might just let that die. Let's go for the Ugin. Savior for sure. Let's return a creature. I think we'll get the Bodyguard. Play the Order. Play the Bodyguard. I guess I'll protect the Flyer. No, they've got a Flyer. I'll protect the Cavalier. I definitely screwed up. If I had played the Marshal, things would have been different. I probably would have been able to pressure down the Chandra on that turn. What a big mistake just playing a land there was. Not acceptable.
This is gonna hurt.
But I'll remember it, because I'm mad. I'm very mad.
You wanna go, tough guy?
What's this do? 1 damage? Yeah, 1 damage. What do I need to live? I've already got protection for the Cavalier of Night through the Dauntless.
Oh, today's my lucky day.
My God, what a draw. Just what a draw from them. Insane, actually. Just not, they're nothing but bangers. That's a draw. All right. If I can do 2 damage to something, what does it have to be? Does it have to be the Ugin? Yeah, I'm still short. All right, swords. And they just reload this Chandra, right? What does it start with? 3? And they just play it for 6? Alright, like this. If they double up on the Cavalier of Night, that's kind of good for me.
Your quest is futile.
We get back Oathsworn, which can be a bigger pain. Yeah. I can't take all these Planeswalkers. I'm scooping it up, but it is on me. Their draw was insane, but I think we could have definitely made a better fight of it if I had played my lands correctly. All right, we're on the play, thank goodness. Kenrith, Knights versus King. Yes, we'll keep this. We have to draw land for it to be good, but the humiliation alone, just the idea of humiliating the king, right? Let's go. Humiliating the king into being an unfunctioning creature. Yes. So let's play here. Let's play here because it can attack for 3 next turn. Might draw removal. The Silencer we want to play right before the Kenrith. Yay, land. Awesome. I'm going to pledge an oath. Those hit pretty hard. And with open mana, they pass. Counterspells in Kenrith, huh? Well, Kenrith often gets paired up to Hellq, so it does have to run a lot of counterspells sometimes. Let's turn them sideways and see what happens. Maybe that will draw out the removal spell. Okay, Mythos. Yep. They destroy the Oathsworn Knight. They're going to take 2. So, do I play out a whole bunch of creatures? It's a good question. I don't think I do. I think I play my commander. Have it ready for next turn. It's very hard to remove if it gets on the battlefield. And they've got a Clothis. That won't do it. Mana Tithe? Nah. Alright, attack. Look for some kind of protection. None of these are really it. But I guess I'll take Order of the Midnight should something happen to my commander. Always try to think of worst case scenario. And now we play the Silencer. And we name Kenrith the Returned King. And if they go for Kenrith, oh my goodness, do they get mana tithed. Tap land. That won't do. Alright, turn them sideways. Valiant Knight. Let's take the Midnight Reaper in case they have a board clear. That maybe they go untapped land and then something like a Time Wipe or a Wrath of God, right? That we can't mana tithe. Yeah, they did have counter spells. Okay, okay, opponent. I see you. I see you. 22-8. How are you gonna get out of this, huh? Teferi? Not like this. Oh, not the hero you needed. Oh man, I feel dirty. I feel dirty, mana tithing hero of Dominaria. That's not supposed to be what I do. And we are back for the post-game wrap. It's the return of stats with untapped.gg. So yeah, link to that in the description. Free download. We went 26-8 with this deck. 87% on the play, 50% on the draw in all the games I've played. The most recent version going 11-4, the version that you watched today. And I believe that this deck is like a total cheat code for Historic Brawl, because the commander doesn't play against the top tier commanders. It plays against way less blue decks, which means that there aren't many counter spells for Raddic out there. And if the opponent doesn't counter Raddic, they find it very hard to kill Raddic. The only thing that really does it is, well, we saw what Chandra Torch of Defiance did to this card. But other than that, it usually doesn't die, which means you just keep getting more and more value from the card. You just keep on turning it sideways, turn those knights sideways, keep the pressure on until they fold. And yeah, just based on the way that the matchmaking works, based on the way that this is usually tiered into gold, but you can build it in a way that it plays more like a diamond, yes, you can definitely crush your dailies with this deck. So I highly recommend it to those of you who don't want to live the Paradox lifestyle, who don't want to live the Hell Q lifestyle, as a very fun way to just take out some stress on the ladder that's not there, kind of the imaginary ladder, and smash and hack your way through Historic Brawl. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. You're cool.